Well, Marissa, did you hear the rumor about butter?
No, Talos.
Well, I'm not going to spread it.
That's pretty slick.
Oh, very good. Very good, Melanie. Excellent, Talos.
Oh man, turning those jokes out every single show. Look at, I did it.
Excellent, Marion.
Okay.
Wow. Got it.
Welcome to the Masterful Morning Show. We are here with none other than the Marisa Macri. And this is a huge deal, guys, because the Macri family is a big deal in the Sean Croxton community. And we knew exactly who we wanted to interview first, and that is Marisa. So welcome so much, Marisa, to the Masterful Morning Show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, we want to give you an opportunity to share kind of a new idea, new concept that you are building called I think you call it the eeeBox. Could you explain what that is?
Sure. So it's eeeBox, eeeBox.net, which it's not up yet. It's still being built. But basically it's a digital gift that you can send to anyone but I've always had kids in mind. So for me, I'll give you the backstory in a little bit, but the genesis was from a company that I had been thinking of building with my cousin a long time ago that had to do with delivering gifts to college students. And, but it was more like little gifts, like a little planter, a little book, or, some fun kind of gadgets. But I got really excited when I started thinking about gathering all that email list and then being able to deliver to the kids digital information. So it's kind of a curated digital gift of tools and it's triple E because it's enrich, empower, and educate. So it's all these tools that I've gathered over the time, whether it's a podcast, a TED Talk, a quote, a book, whatever it is, but it's curated to pass on that information in a gift form. So it can even be like a class, like a master class, or, something that you could buy online that kind of moves somebody forward, empowers them. So that's basically what it is, but I'm still gathering information, trying to figure it out. It could be movies, but so I'm kind of making algorithms to do that. I'm not making the algorithms, somebody else would be doing that. But that's basically what the thought process is. So
that's so cool. When I saw it and I was reading about it, I always just read it like book, like I get all excited about it. So that's how I think about it.
I know, I'm not. I think that's the name of it. I'm not positive. Like it's been a couple different names. I had done like another one, but so I think that's it because it kind of basically is what it is. So, and I bought the domain, but you could buy many domains. So, but for now, trying to stick with the plan and say that that's what it is. So, yeah. And also, so I work with my husband in his company, which is like a digital tech platform. And we started working with Junior Achievement, which is empowers youth, like in elementary and high school, to entrepreneurship. So when we started doing the classes, they have a format and everything, and we did them. But I'm so excited to share the information, and I feel like I share with all my friends and family, but they don't always want to receive. So I had to find somewhere else to share it. So when we shared it with them, we would kind of give them a list of, sometimes it was Sean Croxton, quote of the day, or it was whatever we had gathered to pass it on to them to use, because the most important thing we were although we're teaching entrepreneurship, nothing gets done unless you believe in yourself, right? So that's the most important tool that we try to pass on. And it's through like the stories of people, or, all this information, that all these resources. So if we could pass that on to the kids as part of the class, then we're having a great outcome for them. And that was the outcome, is to make sure that they had that belief in themselves, that they realized that anything is possible and that they can do it. So it started from there too. So it's kind of evolved, and it keeps on kind of evolving. And it's all the stuff that I try to teach my kids too. But, you try to say it and they don't believe it. But if Sean says it, it's all of a sudden they're nodding their head, right? So
Yes,
somebody
I play
else
Sean out loud. Yeah, around my kids as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I use it as go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It's really, I keep hearing the words empowering and passing it on to children. And, the theme keeps coming back up. And I see that it seems very passionate with you. Where does that come from? Do you know what that is that gives you that drive to share this? I know what it's like when you want to share with everyone and you've got to find that outlet. What does that come from?
So I don't know. I think when I was little, if I ever go back to my roots, I always thought I loved Pollyanna, that whole, but it can be too much. So I don't know. I had my own business. I had a small pet business when I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And I loved building something. And I was very naive back then as to really what you have to do. Business is like this. So, but I loved it so much and I found it so exciting that I think that drive spills over to everywhere else. And then I also was a teacher for a while. I taught preschool. So I've done like a lot of different things, but I think it's just the sharing. I love to share what I learn, and I love to learn. So it's kind of like a cycle. And it's just, I don't know, it's there. It's always there. It's always kind of building up. And it's, Simon Sinek does that whole figuring out your why. Have you guys ever done that? Yeah. So he had the book and he had the TED Talk, blah, blah, blah. So, we went through that with our business too. We did it with Dean. We're always trying to find the genesis of what's the thing that moves you forward. And I think through all that, we've done Tony Robbins, I've done it all. And it's always finding out where's that piece. And that's the piece I just like to pass it on, because I find it's so exciting to me. So not to everybody else, but to me, but to you guys too.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out from the audience. Michael C. Jones says, "Yay, Marisa."
Oh no. Now you let me know that there's people out there watching.
Surprise! You have an audience that are excited to see you.
Oh, I love Michael C. Jones. Hi, Michael C.
He's
Jones.
a cheerleader. He's here for you.
Yeah. I prepped by listening to all the podcasts, so I listened to his too. So they're all great. Yeah, and it's all about the community, right? That's how we all get there.
Talking of community, Marisa, down on the Quote of the Day book show where we hang out, your family is revered in that community as the people to hang out with. Everyone wants to hang out.
That's so weird.
So, tell us what your secret is there.
I think it's so funny. It was the upside to COVID, right? My kids were home, and I forget when. I think I started the QOD, and then I got Dean to do it, and then I was like, I had this idea. I was like, let's get the boys to do it, and so they were not into it. But then we did that first book. I forget which one it was. It was the story about the boy in the see, I knew
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. And that was, Mateo had read that before and he had loved it. So he was totally bought in, and Ricky really liked it. And I think they both liked the interaction, and we were at home. We weren't seeing anybody else. So it was perfect, right? I think Mateo loves to talk and he loves to have an audience. I know. And so does Dean. Yeah. And we're very we're kind of crazy. We like to go in and out. And So it's been awesome. It was really like a godsend over the summer, and it was a lot of fun to talk about it afterwards and to talk about some of the questions, and I think it's for my boys too. They really kind of already knew Sean from the podcast, and I think Mateo was very like, kind of starstruck. He was like excited to be there and see him. So, but I think also like in the chats themselves, there's so much going on there and connection. My kids like connection, and they've really connected with the community. And so it's been awesome. And I think it's funny that, I don't know, I always come off laughing from that, from the Wednesday nights. It's like a highlight of the week. It's a lot of fun. And it's always, you always find great insights. And I think Sean does a great job with the monitoring the whole thing. So, and I don't think we've seen you for a while, Talos.
No, I changed jobs and things. So because it falls right in my mid-morning. So yeah, the old job, I could sit there and have it on in the background, and your job, no.
Yeah. We miss you anyways.
Thank you.
And Melanie, we don't always see you either.
Yeah, I'm in and out doing
I love
some
her
fun
calling
stuff
you
on
guys
the
out
outside
right
too.
now.
Oh no, I'm not saying it, calling you guys. You know what? I miss you guys because we haven't seen you. And I know Dean always had a funny connection with Taylor. So, he's been like, well, he hasn't been on. Where is he? I said, I don't know. I'll ask them when I see them. Yeah.
Yep. Taking off on careers and doing different jobs and in and out when we can, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a beautiful community. Absolutely love it. And it's just, it's how we met, and the bonds are so strong there that they're everlasting. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to ask you guys is, how did you three meet and start building this podcast and community, really, right?
Well, Melanie came up with a challenge and roped a lot of people into a 90-day challenge, because if you know Melanie and the word challenge, it gets it going. So we had a group of us get together, start this 90-day challenge, and then partway through I said to Melanie, this is going really well. We should turn this into something. And that's when we came up with the idea of a business. And then Melanie's like, oh, we need Marion. So then it was the three of us. So that's how it all kicked off. I haven't looked back since.
Oh, I mean, I technically begged them for weeks. And then they were like, we need you.
I totally thought it was like such a nice, like you're being so kind, like, humoring us.
Like,
And
let me help you.
every time you'd say it, yeah, I'm like, hey, Taylor, I think she might really help us. So funny. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was meant to be. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else going in my life, so I attend everything that Sean does. But it's not the only place that I see you, Marisa. I also see you on Monday mornings at our Monday morning mastermind.
Yes.
So I would love to know, how is that going for you? And another thing that we love to learn about our guests is like what their morning routines look like.
Okay, so sometime on Fridays, I am usually thinking, oh my God, I'm going to meet on Monday morning. I better have my things in line. I better know what I have accomplished this week and what my intentions are. So I'm kind of thinking about it. But I'll say that I have wanted to join a mastermind for a long time, or a like-minded group that I'm able to get better. Every day it's about getting better, right? That's the point. So when that opportunity came out, I remember going, oh, am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? And I hit the button and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. So, and from being in the group, it's number one, you're accountable. Number two, there's always great feedback about whatever information is, whatever you need, or what are you missing. that you might not be seeing yourself, and what can you see? What is something else that somebody else can offer you that you can do better with? So it's an excellent, for anybody out there, I would say it's so important to have a group that you can join, that you can be with like-minded people who want to empower you and move you forward. And from that, you will always build upon those sessions. So you'll always be building forward. And that's the point. And not only that, but you're able to share what you can with somebody else. So you can share information and you can pass on something to somebody else. And that makes you feel good too. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Sometimes the best way to learn is by teaching. And so I
Mhm.
find oftentimes I learn lessons I need to because someone else is having a problem. And I'm
Right.
like, oh, that's good advice for myself.
Exactly. That's so true, right? All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I find that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So just a plug for the Monday Morning Mastermind. You guys can check it out at masterfulmanifestors.com. And up at the top, you can click Mastermind to join on Monday mornings. We meet at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. But yeah, back to the mornings. What's your morning routine looking like, Marisa?
So my morning routine, unfortunately, isn't the same as it always used to be. I used to religiously get up, go to the gym first thing, come back, have my coffee, do my journal, set my intentions, and then move on to my day. But since COVID, I quit the gym, and I used to be an avid runner outside, but it's a little cold now. So I haven't been, and it's been different with Zoom because the kids aren't going to school. So I want to make sure they're up. So my intention is to start getting up a little earlier. I mean, I used to never have a problem getting up at 5. It was never a problem. 4:30 I used to get up. But now it just seems like I cannot, and it is because the kids are home and they are up later, so I'm up later. But hopefully to get back on track, I like to run first thing in the morning. It makes me feel good the rest of the day. Come back, have my coffee, let my dogs out, whatever, and then just journal a little bit about whatever my intentions are, whatever happened, my 10 gratefuls, and then move forward through the day. And I like the night before to write down, like, I don't always follow the schedule, which I'm always afraid to say in front of Marion. Dean's always like, my husband's always like, oh, she must like not be able to listen to what you're saying, or, you must drive her crazy because you don't stay on schedule. And I'm very chaotic. I'm always looking to not be. And that's one of the reasons I joined the mastermind. And I have to say, it does make me always cognizant. Like, I'm always like, stick to the schedule. I have a beautiful book. I write everything, I block it out, and then I don't look at it the next day. And it's like, whatever happens is happening. But I'm always trying to get better. So even if I do one thing, I'm, trying not to beat myself up too much. And I think, Melanie, you're a runner too?
I jog on occasion, and yes, I run occasionally too. But the winters are fun. They're interesting. They're a good test of the will.
Right.
And I'll judge and gauge. And I was running the stairs this morning. I said, no, it's time to go out. I don't care if it's 21 degrees. It's time to go for. It ended up being a walk, but I did get out there. So yeah, it's a fun mental game. It's very rewarding though. So
yeah, I definitely agree. Well, I did buy myself, that Dean will put under the tree, hot pink running coat for outside. So I was like, that will motivate me, and I will, because I used to all the time, and I do think it's a great challenge to go outside in the cold, because then you feel like, oh, I already did that. Wow.
I feel a challenge coming on. Are you up for a challenge?
Challenge?
Someone said,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
What do you want? Let's do it here. What's the challenge?
Okay.
What do you need?
I need, I guess, accountability to run in the morning.
All right. How many days a week? How many are we doing?
5 at the least.
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
So like Monday through Friday?
Monday through
You want
Friday.
to do that? Monday through Friday. By what time will you be done?
Ooh. That's the schedule part. Let's see. Okay. The best scenario would be to do it at 6 and be done by 7, right? That's stretching
6?
and everything else. 6.
Okay. So I'm trying to, that's for my time. I'm probably not going to be out there. But
Yeah.
so
No,
done
so
by
it doesn't have to
7.
be at the same time. It could just
Okay.
be that it's done. You do it every day. My time will be 6:30. Do it every day, no matter what. 5 days
All
a
right.
week.
Sounds good.
For how long?
For a month. We'll do 30 days. We'll do it for a
Okay,
month.
30 days.
And
It's
the
on.
person that does the most, that I don't know, we'll come up with something. I don't know. We'll have to do something for the winner or the loser. We can do it either way, but we'll figure it out. All right. Awesome.
Okay,
It's on.
I'm on. All right. So
Woohoo!
what's the start date? Monday? What's today? Today's Tuesday.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
When do you want to start?
It's down.
I'm good for
I'm putting it
tomorrow.
down.
Let's
Wednesday.
go.
Tomorrow. I'm starting tomorrow. All right. You're
Nice.
on.
All right.
You're
cool.
on.
It's
What's
on.
that date? That's
Yay.
the 16th? 16th. All right. Doing it. All right. That's what I
Wow.
needed. See? Amazing.
Oh my goodness. That is intense. Okay. I have one last question for you, Marisa.
Sure.
We're in all of these personal development groups. You're doing the eeeBox, which is all about personal development. I want to know, what would you advise our audience in terms of their own self, development journey? What would you recommend that they do? Something that's really impacted you, or you think is like a really good tip or habit you want to recommend?
Number one is to find a like-minded group that you can, it is the energy, right? Because you feed off of that. Second, I would say be curious. If you, whatever it is that really interests you, kind of dive deeper into that. So it doesn't have to be self-development per se. For me, it's been like, even from reading business books and stories about people, whether it be entrepreneurs themselves, even celebrities, they all have journeys, right? And you kind of learn, like I just was reading the Matthew McConaughey autobiography, only because I love the way he talks.
Is that why you guys were like, we want a whole week of Matthew quotes?
That's why, because Dean has been getting so, like, I've been reading the book and he's like, oh, Matthew McConaughey again. So it's almost like, so I've been reading about him and I'm always like, oh, you know what he said, blah, blah, blah. But he was just talking about how he was an actor, he had a family and there was something else. And he also had this music production. And he said, he had 5 things going on. And he said, I had to take 2 off the table because I was doing a B in all of them. And I wanted to do A work. And I was like, that was like, I was like, yes, absolutely. So it's like, so it doesn't, you never know where you're going to get them. I mean, even from movies, whatever bits of, Eddie the Eagle. Did you guys see that movie about the skier that crazy guy? And I was like, how does that happen? But so it's like all that stuff too, because I feel like sometimes when you go into that whole self-development world, I used to get like, when I used to see the movies and they'd have the people in the corner of the bookstore crying over reading these books. I was like, no, don't make it like that. It's everything, right? But it's when tying it to real stories, it kind of makes it less preachy and more action oriented, so you can see how it worked. So I would just say, read about as many different people as you can. I think biographies are great, and stories, and then it kind of gives you some of the tools, maybe not in such a I don't know, different way. It's a more interesting or fun way, especially for kids. But then all the podcasts, like the quote of the day, all those little things that build up. So it is a whole lot of things. It's not one thing. I would just say it's kind of everywhere. It's just deciding that you want to improve yourself. And I think for me, teaching the kids to be self-aware, to really understand who they are, why they are the way, and what's helping and what's not helping. And that's, even with Mateo, he said the minute he decided to stop fighting with me was when he understood that I was just trying to help him, and it's guiding him, right? You're not trying to make them you, but you are trying to guide them. And if they understand that, then maybe they'll listen. But again, they always listen to somebody else. So, but it's it's self-aware that leads to the confidence, right? So that was a long-winded answer to a very short question. And I'm sorry, but there you go.
This was an invigorating interview. Thank you so much, Marisa.
You're
Bring your
welcome.
energy and all your enthusiasm. I'm excited about this eeeBox. I hope that this is like you heard it first and it's coming out soon. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for it. It's like gift time anyways. Like I would love to have that as like a gift option over
Awesome.
all of the other things. So I hope to see it. And when it does actually go out, we'll have to have you back and tell
Awesome.
the world about it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll probably have Dean on in 2021.
Good luck.
I
We'll
don't want
ask.
to challenge him. I don't want to challenge Steve.
We'll make Taylor's
No.
challenge him.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much, Marisa. Have a
Thank
lovely
you
day.
guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot.